Welcome to the introduction to organic chemistry. This is the second part of the function group study. So let's start. So in the functional group, substituted hydrocarbons. We are going to study now substituted hydrocarbons, which is defined by the substitution of a carbon for a heteroatom. So what is the meaning of heteroatom? In the backbone of organic molecule. So any atom other than carbon or hydrogen is called the heteroatom. Generally, they are nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, phosphorus, boron, etc. And these are the name of the function groups. Let's minimize this. So function groups names are like alcohol, ROH. So in this group, in this general function group, I have listed here everywhere you can see R. So R means basically carbon or hydrocarbon. So R is either hydrocarbon or carbon. So alcohol have functional group ROH. Ether has ROR. Thiol, when thiol, its oxygen is replaced by sulfur. Thioether, alkyl halide. Alkyl halide means when halogen attach. Amines means when the NH2 group is there. Carbonyl means this group is called carbonyl when the carbon is attached with the oxygen and it has two bonds separately. Aldehyde group RCHO. This is the incorrect. So RCHO is the aldehyde group. Then ketone, carboxylic acids, esters, and thioesters, where this hydroxyl group is changed with the sulfur. Amide bond is CONH2, and then acid anhydride or then alkyl halide. So wherever the alkyl halide is came, here you can see here is also halide. So halide means halogens. Nitrile RCN, thiocyanate RSCN, isonitrile RNC, isocyanate RNCO, isothiocyanate RNCS, nitro group, which is the RNO2 group, and phenol when OH group is attached with the aromatic ring. So let's talk the first group, which is the alcohol. Alcohol is an hydroxyl group bonded with the tetrahedral sp3 and hydrocarbon atom. So for an example, methyl alcohol or methanol, where carbon is bonded with the 3 hydrogen and oxygen and hydrogen. And this oxygen have one lone pair of electron. So this is called methanol or methyl alcohol. Another example is isopropanol. I'm writing all these CS3 in the short form, CS3, CH, and then here I can write we can write another carbon like CS3 once again. So this CS3 is a short form of this CS3 portion, and then OH. So again, there will be two lone pair on the oxygen. So this is called the isopropanol. Isopropanol or isopropyl alcohol. This is also called IPA, isopropyl alcohol. isopropyl alcohol. Another example is this, we can also attach alcohol to the cyclic structure. This is the, remember we have a study about the cyclohexane, and then each carbon have H2, so 1 OH. So this is cyclohexanol, and the remaining carbon is satisfied by 2 hydrogen. So, and then this is called the cyclohexanol. Another example is this, if we have COH and this carbon is bonded remaining 3 CH3 group, then this is basically isobutanol. And here you can see this hydroxyl group is attached with the one carbon, which is also called primary alcohol. Primary alcohol. Or 1 degree alcohol. This hydroxyl is attached to the carbon which have the attached to carbon, which is called the 2 degree alcohol, or, and this carbon is attached to, this hydroxyl group is attached to the carbon which is have the 3 carbon, that is why it's called 3 degree alcohol. So this is the example of alcohol, and here another functional group is the ether. So ether is defined as a carbon oxygen carbon group. For an example, CH3 oxygen and then CS3. So this is called dimethyl ether. Or we can have another example, CS3 CH2O CH2 and CS3. This is called ethyl ether. And then we have another examples like cyclic ether. So this is like a tetrahydrofurane. This is called THF. Tetrahydrofurane. Another cyclic ether we can draw like this with 2 carbon and in the cyclic form. And this is called the basically epoxy ring. This is called epoxy ring. And this is the 3-member ring. 3-member ring. And this epoxy is kind of very explosive. So next, so these are the examples of diethyl ether. And diethyl ether used in a general anesthesia. So this is a very unique topic for this one. Next is the thioalcohol. So what are the thioalcohols? Thioalcohols are example of like a CS3SH. This is called methyl thiomethane. So a thioalcohol has a sulfur and hydrogen group. So this is called SH group and bonded to the tetrahedral sp3 carbon. So this is the thioalcohol or thiomethane, CS3, CS2, SH. This is thioethanol, thiomethanol, and this is also called it's not thiomethane. Thiomethane was the thiomethanol basically. And so these are the examples of the thioalcohols. Let's talk about something more. thioether. Another example is also thioether. So thioether is defined as a carbon, sulfur, and carbon group. So for an example, CS3, when carbon is bonded with the sulfur and CS3. So this is thioether. Very important thing is this one, sulfur have two extra lone pair. So we have to designate this also. And here in case of thiomethanol or thiomethane, actually this is the here you can see like this one. Next is the alkyl halides. What are the alkyl halides? So alkyl halides are also called alkyl halogens or halogenated hydrocarbon, where hydrocarbons is attached with the X group, which is the halogen. So when a halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine is connected with the tetrahedral or sp3 atom, they are called the alkyl halides. For an example, CH3 bonded with the chlorine. So when we write like this one, it does not mean that the chlorine is attached with the hydrogen. It means that the hydrogens are the behind and chlorine is attached directly with the carbon. So this is called chloromethane. Chloromethane. Then another example is if we can also attach two halogens with the same carbon, and this is called dichloromethane. And then another example is this, if we can attach 3 chlorine, what will happen here? You can see this is chloroform, trichloromethane or chloroform. In short form, it is usually it's write like CHCl3. This is the chloroform. Next functional group is this amine. Amine functional group are defined as the presence of the nitrogen connected with the 3 single bond to hydrogen or a carbon where nitrogen has the 1 lone pair of electron. So for an example, HCHH. So this is my CS3 group, and then nitrogen, and then hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. And nitrogen have 1 extra lone pair electron, which is called methylamine. Methylamine. And so another example is this, when nitrogen is bonded with the 2 methyl group CH2, this is called dimethylamine. Dimethylamine. And then also it can form 3CS3, trimethylamine. And in all cases, nitrogen have 1 extra lone pair of electron, which is called trimethylamine. And we can also include this amine group in the cyclic form also. So if we have cyclohexane and we can include nitrogen in this group, we can replace this carbon with the nitrogen. And then we can add 1 more CS3 group or hydrogen group. So this is called methyl pyridine. And So here you can see the amines are basically, we can also write the CH3 group as an R. So if R and H2, and here we have R and H, R, and here we have N, 3R. So these are all carbons. So this is called the 1 degree amine. This is 2 degree amine. This is 3 degree amine. And don't forget to place the lone pair of electron on each nitrogen. Or they are also called primary amine, secondary amine, and tertiary amine. Tertiary amine. So these are the examples of the some derivative. And in the next next part, we will discuss about the carbonyl compounds.